Hey, new and returning besties. Today we are making the Red Velvet Oreo Cheesecake that I took to Cake Picnic NYC 2025. So yummy, so good. So if that sounds like your vibe, stay tuned right here. So for those of you who are new, I'm Rue. I'm your self-taught baker by night, nurse by day. And I am going to not only give you a recipe today, but I'm also going to talk about how I bake with intention and high vibe ingredients that starts with 4 eggs, pasture-raised eggs. Pasture-raised means that the chickens are allowed to kind of bask in the sunshine and then you get their eggs. A little bit better than those who are literally cooped up in a coop. Next comes the 1 cup of organic grass-fed milk. 1/4 cup of organic sour cream and 1/2 cup of unflavored coconut oil. Unflavored because you don't want the cheesecake to taste like a lot of the coconut, right? Now, Cake Picnic teamed up with Betty Crocker, so we are going to incorporate the Betty Crocker Red Velvet Cake to make that swirl. And we're going to use 24 Oreo cookies. I don't know of any Oreo cookie off-brand. So if you guys know of any off-brand organic Oreo cookies, let me know. Put it in the chat. We're going to mix 5 tablespoons of melted butter, crumble it all up, and then we are going to mash it down. Mashing it down not only is our crust and our foundation of our cheesecake, but it also kind of represents the foundation of this wonderful dessert that we are making, right? Our stabilizing portion of this cheesecake. Okay. So we have our red velvet. We are taking a little bit aside and putting it in a pan so that we can use it for the crumbles on top later, and then put the bowl aside. On to the cheesecake portion. We are using three Philadelphia cream cheese bars instead of the ones that are in the tubs. Those are softer. 1 cup of granulated sugar that can be swapped out for my fave, the organic sugar cane. 1 cup of organic sour cream, 1/2 cup of grass-fed organic heavy cream, and 2 teaspoons of pure vanilla, if you can get organic, extract. Okay, and we're gonna mix that up. You see there's like a running theme, right? Organic, grass-fed, because we're trying to use ingredients that are higher quality. So this is gonna call for 3 large eggs, okay? Okay, so we're gonna mix this up until it is a nice, smooth consistency. Now, while I'm mixing and I'm baking, I'm listening always to music that is either keeping me up, energetic, or something that's really like mellow and just really kind of like chill and just is like makes me feel good, no matter whether it's like, you know, high pace, high volume, or if it's just kind of like low and chill. Keeps me in a good vibe. Okay, so that red velvet cake mix that we mixed up, we're now gonna add to our cheesecake mixture, just about 3 to 4 dollops, and then we're just gonna take a spatula or a butter knife, and we're just gonna swirl it around. And you see me doing that. You're gonna add another layer, so you'll actually have 2 layers. Don't feel like you're gonna overfill the cheesecake, because unlike other cakes that will rise and so you want to just fill the pan halfway, as you can see, cheesecakes don't do that. Just fill it close to the rim and you will get a cheesecake that is the size, height, close to the rim. Okay, just like that. Now, I did have a tough time taking the parchment paper off, but I knew I needed the parchment paper so it wouldn't stick to the bottom of the pan. And so I called in for reinforcements. My mom helped me pull it out. So nervous at that point, but it worked out really well. And I also used the spatulas to kind of help prop it up. So that's a kind of a baker's tip that I learned on the fly, to pull that parchment paper out. And then I just pulled those out. A little sweaty at the brow, but it worked out. I was nervous. Okay. So now it's time to decorate the cheesecake and make it all nice and pretty. And I was feeling so good at this point because it was coming out so nicely. This is the red velvet cake that we baked on the side. And we did that because we just want to use some crumbles. So what I did was I just cut around the edge of the red velvet cake. The center I will use later for like a small little bento box cake. But then the edges there we can use for crumbles for this cheesecake. So that's what I did. But look how moist. I mean, the Betty Crocker cake really worked out really well. So if you want to see how I doctored it up a little bit, just check the description box below. But this, I just took a little bit of cream cheese frosting, very basic cream cheese and powdered sugar and a little butter, and mixed it up and made the decor on top and the red velvet crumbles. And now I am adding white chocolate covered Oreos to the top of the cheesecake. Now, I'm adding a little bit more frosting because I noticed that the frosting only goes halfway up the Oreos, and you really wanted to stabilize it, especially because Cake Picnic was in Brooklyn, and so I just wanted to make sure that it survived the drive, which wasn't that far. It really wasn't. But anytime you're going more than 30 seconds in a car, you just want to make sure that you reinforce your cake as much as possible. So I added a little bit more frosting, and then I added the holiday Oreos, which has they have a red cream. No difference in taste, just the color red, which went perfectly with this cheesecake. And so there you have it. Voila. Do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and that notification bell if you want more videos like this. If you love to just kind of look at it, even if you have no intention on baking it yourself, I definitely will check out a video too, just because it looks amazing. And join me for future videos. Thanks again for joining me today, and until next time.